Hello again, I am Jim Bob and welcome back to F1 Manager 24 Creator Team Career here on the BC with Cadillac. It's round 8 of our second season here. It's time for the 2027 Spanish Grand Prix. So, Barcelona tonight, and it's a sprint weekend, something we've not had at Barcelona before. This could be fun. Could be a nightmare with tyres. This is normally a circuit with pretty high degradation. So, tyre temps could definitely be an issue, not just for us, but for the AI as well. We could see huge number of stops, especially with it being a sprint weekend. 2 rounds of qualifying. Some sets of tyres might get used up in a way that is a little excessive in the qualifying rounds. So I don't know what compounds we're going to run yet. I am probably thinking about keeping 2 sets of hards, but it's a lot to get through with just the mediums and the softs. I don't know yet. I'll cross that bridge when we get to it, I suppose, is the way to look at it. We are coming off the back of a phenomenal result. If you have not watched round 7 at Azerbaijan, you need to go back and watch that. We have finally got ourselves on the podium. Not just on the podium, the top step of the podium. That's right, Lewis Hamilton is a Grand Prix winner once again. Amazing race. On absolute tenterhooks, my nerves were hanging on by a thread at the very end of it. We managed to find ourselves in quite a fortuitous position with a red flag. We were leading because we hadn't boxed. We were being caught by those who had stopped. Hamilton was under a lot of pressure. Valtteri had already slipped back from 2nd to, I think, 4th or 5th. He got taken out through a red flag. It allowed me to change Hamilton's tyres for free and stay at the front for the restart. And then it was just hanging on for dear life for the last God knows how many laps under huge pressure from George Russell, who was hunting and hunting and hunting, and somehow we managed to hang on and cross the line in first place. So phenomenal race. I do highly recommend you check it out if you haven't seen it yet. Evening Clark, evening Victor, evening Dino, good to see you guys. Hello to everyone else who's lurking in the chat as well. Will we be as lucky as that tonight? Probably not, but we can dream. We can dream. So, let's have a look. We currently are 7th in the Constructors' standings. This is where we need to be for our season objective. We have a 7-point gap to Williams, and we're only 6 points behind Ferrari, which is pretty nice. Hamilton's win has moved him all the way up to 7th in the standings on 50 points. So Hamilton now, in the opening 7 rounds, has scored more points than the entire team did last season, where we scored 46 points. So he's already proving his worth. It's just whether I can financially get through this season. If I can get through this season, we'll be set up very nicely going into next season, assuming that our offer to Isaac Hadjar to replace Valtteri does go through. We should hopefully find out after this race. If not this race, then certainly after Monaco, because we've got back-to-back Grand Prix. So we'll either know tonight or tomorrow night whether Hadjar will accept the revised contract offer we sent him. Evening, Northern Hammer. Long-time lurker. I'm glad to see you popping into the chat, and I'm glad you've enjoyed the episode so far. Right, we have 2 million in the bank. And in terms of parts, we've got a new front wing design that'll be ready to go into manufacturing in 6 days' time. So just as we go to Monaco. We're also building our brand new underfloors. We've got those into production now. We've still got 5 days until the first one drops, so we'll have one underfloor available for Monaco. And then we've got a spare rear wing going through. We've just had one finish. We've got one more that's due to drop on race day. But at least we'll have a spare going into this Grand Prix weekend, which is good. We should have spare front wings now as well. Let me check our warehouse. We have one spare front wing. We don't have more than that because we've got a brand new one about to drop. So I didn't want to waste money building a whole load of spare front wings to then not use them, especially considering how tight money is for us at the moment this year. We've got our facilities in much better shape than they were. The CFD sim still needs a bit of love and attention, but it's $2.5 million to refurb it right now. I really want to get an upgrade on the team hub at some point, but we've just refurbed it, so that'll have to wait a bit. Race sim's been refurbed. That's now back up to full effectiveness. Everything in here is okay. Memorabilia room is going to need a refurb, quite possibly as soon as we get back from Barcelona. Weather center's just been done. Helipad is also going to need a bit of spit and polish in the not too distant future. Board currently are very happy with us. You can see these are the results this season. We've been delighted in 5 of the 7 races and satisfied in the other 2. These 3 results at the bottom are the end of last season, and we are halfway through our long-term objective as well, which is quite nice. 6 races out of 7 so far we scored points, and just need to do it 6 more times to complete the long-term objective, which does expire at the end of this season. So it'd be really nice to be able to get that done as well. It's advanced time a day. Get ourselves ready. Something in the inbox. It's the strategy prep email from Marco Perrone. Looks like it's going to be cold. Ooh, okay. Yeah, wow, that is cold for Barcelona, isn't it? 17 degrees. Okay, maybe we won't be using the hards then. Or 2 sets of hards in the Grand Prix. If it's going to be cold, it's going to be very hard to keep temperature in those hard tyres. So, looks like we'll go maybe medium, medium, hard and push the hards. Might go soft, medium, medium. Maybe soft, medium, hard. I don't know. We'll probably end up using a set of mediums in the sprint. But we've got to get through practice and sprint quali before we get to that. So let me check. Both cars are running the same spec. Let's have a look. Yes, on the chassis with a spare. Yes, on the front wings with a spare. Yes, on the rear wings with a spare. 2 spare side pods, and they're both on the new Mark IIs. We've only got these 2 Mark 1 underfloors at the moment, and then both cars running the new suspension with a spare there as well. So we're about as prepped as we can be. Let's set our targets. 18th or higher for both. We haven't had both cars achieve their sponsor targets for the last 2 Grand Prix in a row. Let's see if we can break that curse tonight.
Thank you for joining us for the Spanish Grand Prix here in Barcelona. The Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya is familiar to every driver, with F1 and Junior Series often racing and testing here. It's a proving ground for aerodynamics, so many new car parts are brought to Barcelona to see how they can handle the track.
Don't forget, the schedule this weekend sees the drivers take to the track for an all-out sprint race. A good opportunity to clinch some crucial championship points.
Let's get on with the weekend.
Okay, I think we've already done the engine parts, haven't we? Yes, we have. So we've got the older, more worn parts in where we can. We're going to run the hards in this session. We're not running rookies because it's a sprint weekend, so we've got this one and only practice session. Because we're running hard tyres, we're going to try and run the whole session. Barcelona is normally 20 laps, so we're going to fuel for 46 laps so that we can try and go to the end. There we go. And the setups for this circuit are a very wide window. There could be all manner of different combinations of setups. So there's nothing definitive as a starting point. I'm going to go quite wide in the difference between the two cars and see what sticks and see what needs to be changed. So let's start with a very aggressive downforce profile of a 10 at the front and a 14 at the rear. We're going to go 6.4 on the roll bar. I'm going to push this up just a little bit to there. I'm going to whack that all the way up. And then for Hamilton's car, let's do something a little bit different. Let's go with a 9 at the front. Let's go with a 14.5. Let's go with an 8.2. We'll push that up just a tiny bit. And let's bring that up a bit more as well to there. And with that, we are prepped. Which car's in worse shape? Gearbox wise. Pretty similar. Okay, so we'll send Hamilton out as first as usual. No, not reconfigure. There we go. All right, we've got 3 cars with some wear on them. Ugo's sat in for...
Copy, loud and clear.
Actually, we've got 3. They're both cars for Ferrari. All right, we've got Sanhueza and Ugo in for Ferrari. Alexander Dunn in for McLaren. Wilhelm Nagel is in for Red Bull. Victor Martin in for George in the Mercedes. Porsche getting a run out at Williams. And that's it for the rookies. Alright, let's speed things up a bit. So despite it being a little chilly, track temperature is still 45.5 degrees. Still pretty warm.
Temps, okay.
Tyres not in the window yet after 5 minutes of running. That's only a couple of laps.
They're still the same.
Let's see if they do continue to just creep up a little bit. Yeah, they're just outside the window. I mean, they should wear-wise, they should make it through the session. Got enough fuel to get through the session. But it all depends on the setups. If the setups are really bad, we might have to just call them in.
Copy that.
We've got a good start potentially here with Valtteri. 84%, not bad. Would have preferred something with a minimum of around 90%. So now I have to decide whether or not I want to call him in. don't know. I think I'll probably leave them out. Evening, Daniel. And we've got Hamilton's feedback as well. And, oh, he's even worse. 81%.
Copy that.
If I call them in, then we lose a load of gaining on our track knowledge.
I lost drive or something.
Norris having issues trying to go around the outside of Antonelli there, I think. Actually, let's have a look at Dunn. Oh, it's Dunn. What helmet is he wearing? Is he wearing Antonelli's helmet? Yes, he is. So that's something I'm going to have to look at changing. For future episodes. The problem there with Norris has gone orange, so that part will get replaced at the end of this session. It won't affect him going forward, so no braking part ferme if it goes during sprint quali. Much as I would like to call them in and make some changes, I want to get that feedback as high as I can get it in terms of, well, the prep as high as I can get it. So we'll just have to make some blind changes, see what happens. And if necessary, use the sprint as a testing bed to make even more changes, start from the back and see where we end up. Fault for Nagel.
But the car's definitely not happy. Surely some kind of fault.
As expected, no audio there, but that part has now gone orange as well. And Bortoletto now has an issue.
I cannot go forward.
Sounds like he's got some engine issues. Halfway through the session, the tyres aren't where they need to be in terms of wear rate. It's going to be touch and go as to whether they will make it. Track temperature has dipped dramatically. It was 45.5 degrees at the start of the session. It's now 40, well, 41. Daniel reckons Norris is going to win the championship this year. Yeah, it's probably got a good chance. I don't know if Max is going to be able to catch him. I don't know if Piastri is going to regain his form. But it's very much advantage Norris now. Just, what, 3 rounds to go? Vegas, Qatar and Abu Dhabi. Oh, speaking of Qatar, there will be maximum stint lengths for the Grand Prix this year. Teams will have to make 2 stops. If you remember a couple of years ago, we had a race where there were some really big concerns over the tyres, and they put a maximum stint length of I think 18 laps total on each set of tyres, and they counted any use the tyres had used in previous sessions towards those totals. And then they got rid of it last year, and teams just ran the tyres to the carcass, basically, wore them straight down to the canvas. And we had a couple of punctures. I think Sainz and Hamilton punctured. I'm not sure if there were any others, but there were certainly a lot of cars that were really risking punctures. They ripped their tyres to shreds trying to stay out on 1 stops. So it's been mandated that this year it'll be 2 stops with a maximum of 25 laps per set of tyre. Pirelli continuing to prove how bad they are. I don't necessarily think it's specifically Pirelli's fault. It's a characteristic of that circuit is that it has very nasty curves. Very nasty curves. And just repeatedly hitting those curves just rips the tyres to bits. It's quite an abrasive surface as well. I mean, let's not forget, it was designed as a MotoGP circuit. So it doesn't get a huge amount of actual, open wheel racing on it. And it was initially meant just to be a one-off as well. It was never meant to still be running at this circuit. When they first announced it, it was going to be a temporary stopgap. The first one in 2021, then off for 2022 because of the Qatar World Cup. The FIFA World Cup in Qatar. And then 2023, it was supposed to be at a new purpose-built circuit in Doha, which never happened. Right, Valtteri's tyres are now hanging on. There's a risk that we might puncture before he gets back, or before the session ends. Hamilton might just about make it.
Tires are like completely done now.
Can we survive a lap?
Try to reduce the hit on the curb.
Okay.
And don't forget, Dino, they don't actually make tyres for each individual circuit. They have a range of 5 compounds to cover the entire season, and then they take 3 compounds from those 5 to determine which are going to be the ones used that weekend.
Tire phase update when you can.
Tires go.
Copy.
Oh yeah, I mean, Pirelli have had issues, but I mean, every tyre manufacturer has had issues at some point. Pirelli have been hammered pretty badly in public opinion. Some of it justly, some of it unjustly. I mean, at the end of the day, the tyres they've made have been the tyres that have been requested by drivers and by Formula One to a degree. They certainly haven't got it right all the time, but they've done a decent enough job. I remember Michelin tyres having major issues at Indianapolis, where they all just, pulled in off the formation lap and didn't actually race because they were concerned whether the tyres would blow out on the bank corner. We've had multiple different tyre manufacturers. I mean, I can think of us having had Michelins and Goodyears back when I started watching Formula One. Then Michelin went away for a bit. We just had Goodyear for a while. We had Bridgestones. Then Michelin came back, and we had the tyre war between Bridgestone and Michelin. Now we have Pirelli. I'm sure we will see others at some point in the future. I don't think Pirelli will be around forever. I know Michelin threw their hat in the ring last time, the time negotiation contracts came up. I don't think it was a serious bid, but they certainly made, noises to say that they would be interested in coming back. Down to 5% on these tyres. Will they actually survive to the line to the end of the session? Norris has had enough. He's in the pits. I think it's Norris, or is it Victor Martin?
And box this are both.
It's Victor Martin. There we go. Hamilton's coming in at the end of this lap. We will keep him out for the extra lap. Try and squeeze as much track knowledge as possible out of this session.
Still the same.
There we go. Valtteri survived with tyres at 5%. And so did Hamilton. Lovely stuff. There we go. We got through the session. So penalty-wise, we have the penalty for Antonelli. That's for, torpedoing Valtteri in the last race. So that's 3-place penalty pending in the main Grand Prix for Antonelli, not the sprint. We got 61 and 62% track knowledge. So with the setups where they are at the moment, that's where we are in terms of driver prep. If we can find some more on the setups, then we can get these driver prep numbers up a little bit higher. But now it's time for sprint quali.
Welcome everyone, qualifying for the sprint awaits us, and we're raring to get going.
So what changes can we make to these setups? Well, I'm going to push that up to a 7.3. I think that's a pretty safe bet. Front wing, I'm going to bring that down. I'm looking at that gap now and thinking it might not be enough. Let's take that down to an 8. There's a chance that that might flip to a 14.5. Wow, do I want to take that risk? I think I'll go with that. I'll try that for Valtteri, see if that works. Let's put in some bits and bobs. Evening, Mike. Did I watch the boxing? No, I didn't. No. I saw the result. If you're talking about the Ben Eubank fight, in terms of Ben winning. Well, that's all I saw. Didn't see what round it was, whether it was a knockout or TKO or on points. Right, what do we need to change here? Push that up a bit. I don't know what to do with the front wing. Don't really want to go any higher on it. If I take it lower, I don't really want to go lower than an 8. Let's try something like that. See if that works. Again, we'll put the better bits in. And we are ready. Let's send them to the track.
Green light.
So, Bortoletto and Piastri, both running parts that are worn. And if they go orange in this session, that will hurt them. Because they'll have to break Park Ferme to replace them. We've got Ocon, Bortoletto and Albon heading out of the pits behind us. And Max as well. It's going to be really important for us to cancel our lap at the first available opportunity if we're going to hit traffic. Because we've only got this one set of tyres to try and get through. Leclerc and Antonelli out as well now.
Track will be clear.
They are going to get in the way. And now we've got Iwasa popping out as well.
And track is clear, track clear. And charge button off for last corner.
There is Iwasa. He will dive out of the way for us. Thank you very much. Did Hamilton get held up in turn 1 there by Tsunoda? I hope not. Tyre's still not at the temperature. No, he was a couple of tenths quicker than Valtteri, so that's good. We get past Piastri. And past the Ferrari as well.
Completely blocked by 2 cars ahead.
Ah, you were fine, Valtteri.
Copy that.
Hamilton's about to get hit with 2 cars. Hamilton half a second up so far over Valtteri. There's a 1:16.2 for Valtteri.
Okay. Mode in, please. Copy.
And a 1:15.3 for Hamilton. Oof, 9 tenths quicker. Big difference between the two. Much bigger than I expected to see. Max about to blow us out the water, though. Look how much quicker he is than us in the middle sector. Yeah, that middle sector. We are so slow compared to Max. Weren't too far off in the other sectors. in the grand scheme of things, but we lost a second in each of those sectors, in the middle sector. Bit of a mistake somewhere for someone.
Single yellow.
Let's have a look at
It's
it.
Iwasa. He just can't keep it on the track,
rear
can he?
just lets go. And ultimately, just unable to bring the car under control.
That's us there, out of the way. Staying off the racing line. Not that it did him any favours. Here comes Charles Leclerc. Antonelli not far behind him. Across the line for Leclerc, he goes P4. He's a second off the pace. Antonelli half a second off the pace. And slightly slower than Albon. Start keeping an eye on Hadjar in qualifying, given that we are trying to sign him. Goes P2. So Red Bull first and second right now. Behrman, though, is looking pretty handy here. Behrman goes top by 69 thousandths of a second. We've got another yellow flag. So we're running a little wide. Lawson locking up
We
at
should
turn
be
1.
able to take a look here. It was the Williams driver we see there. Nothing at this point. And there's the lockup. Just unable to control the car.
I think he's
by
on his
that
in-lap.
point.
I don't know. Where is he? Where's Lawson? Yeah, he's on his in-lap. He just finished his lap. All right, pace does not look good for us at the moment. The only way we're going to get something out of this Grand Prix, I think, is going to be on pit strategy. Russell up to P4, Norris in P11. Here comes Gasly. We've seen him pump in some quick times this season. Up about a tenth or so on Schumacher at the moment. Gasly only good enough for 18th. Oh, yeah, he lost a lot of time in that first sector. Look, he lost 2 seconds. Yeah, Mick goes P5. Good lap for Schumacher there. All right, 5 minutes to go. Let's head out. Hope that we can get a clear track. Lindblad up to P5.
Watch for traffic.
We've got a little flurry of activity in the pit lane. A couple of cars coming out.
You should have no traffic issues.
Oh, we're going about to have traffic issues. About to have big traffic issues. And that's it. That's Hamilton out. That ruined. Now we've got a yellow flag. That's Hamilton. He's locked up. And that might screw up Valtteri's lap. Oh my God,
Right,
it does.
Let's have a look as we go into turn 4.
What a disaster.
The brakes couldn't cope, and they'll need to be mindful of the effect that that had on the tyres.
Yeah, look at this. Look. Oh, it's a parking lot around turn 4. All right, let's call them both in. There's no point being on track. We're not going to improve with either driver.
Watch for traffic.
And we're not even close to getting through, so we're out. Now it's a question of who will make it through and who will join us in the drop zone. Bortoletto is improving. So Wasser's out. He will join us in the drop. Leclerc needs a lap. He is not safe by any stretch of the imagination. Bortoletto improves it to P8. Yuki now in the drop zone. That's Yuki there. Right on board with Charles Leclerc. He has a McLaren right up his backside. That is Piastri, I think. 23.0 is not a great first sector. Piastri is safe. Leclerc is not. Doesn't look like Stroll's going to get through. Gasly could improve though. That's a good first sector for Gasly. I think Leclerc's at real risk of getting eliminated here. He does not improve his time. Gasly is flying though. Sainz up to P7. Lawson in danger as well now. Stroll is out. Gasly goes top. Leclerc is out. Can Yuki Tsunoda climb out of the drop zone? Ocon improves to P9. Across the line for Tsunoda, he goes P7, and that knocks out Liam Lawson. Norris only just squeaks through by 5 thousandths of a second over Liam Lawson. And we've lost to Ferrari already. So, very bad qualifying session for us. I have no idea what the setups are any good. We'll check on those in a minute. Let's see who sticks it on pole. And it's Max. Max takes pole for the sprint with Antonelli alongside him on the front row. Then it's Norris, Albon, Sainz, Russell, Behrman and Magnussen, both Haas in the top 10, occupying row 4. Then it's Piastri and then Gasly. So out in Q2 was Ocon, Tsunoda, Hadjar, Lindblad, Bortoleto and Schumacher. All right.
Well, the excitement levels continue to rise here as the teams prepare for the sprint.
And of course, the big incentive here is getting a few extra points on the board, with the top finishers in the sprint set to add to their championship tally.
Oh, we made big strides with Valtteri, 97%, but not much progress at all with Hamilton. Ooh, okay. Well, he's what, 21st, so he might as well make wholesale changes. At least the rear wing is where it needs to be. I don't think that's enough of a change. I'm wondering if I need to change the traction. Maybe go with something like that. Let's try it. That on its own isn't enough to make the big move in the percentage that we need, so I think that has to be done as well. We'll try that, and fingers crossed it'll do okay for us. Mediums or protected softs? I think it's got to be mediums, hasn't it? Just the extra rubber. I don't really want to. Might be better to hang on to the mediums for the Grand Prix. Oh, I don't know what to do here. I think I'll go mediums. Just play it safe. Valtteri's got even less tyre option because his tyre wear isn't as good. Is there a nice subtle change I can make here that won't necessarily break Park Ferme? No is the answer, but again, we're at the back of the grid. We may as well. Let's try that. All right, we are prepped and ready. Let's send them to the grid for the start of the sprint after these short messages.
Here in Barcelona, we're ready for the sprint. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Not much point watching the pit lane. There we are, both cars stacked and waiting. We have actually got a few cars on the softs. Norris, Antonelli, Russell, Gasly and Piastri. As Norris has made the most of those softs and jumped his way up. Piastri's looking to try and get past Max as well. He needs to. If he wants to have any chance of getting strong points here. We are off and running.
We have Bottas.
Schumacher and Bortoletto still switching places.
Charge on. Copy.
And Antonelli has not got through. Might have an opportunity into turn 1 though.
DRS is enabled.
So this is interesting. My tyre's not up to temperature yet. Hopefully they'll get there. Be easier for Valtteri if he's in the dirty air, but Hamilton's tyre's just not quite there. We have just about closed up though, without having to do any nasty pushing to waste our battery. Let's have a look at the feedback rating. Try and compare that to Valtteri's. I think we fixed Hamilton's car by the look of it. So I think the soft runners are going to box probably pretty soon. With the exception of Norris. Norris might go a little way before he boxes. He's not in dirty air. He's at the front controlling the pace the way he wants to. But Antonelli, Russell, Piastri, Gasly, stuck in the train, might well end up having to box very early. We are just slipping out of range, so let's push a little bit.
Please, mode push. Copy.
Start to close up a bit more now. Get Valtteri back onto Lewis, and then Lewis up onto Stroll. Looks like the dirty air is going to be an absolute bastard to us again this season at this circuit.
Suggests that you can reduce the amount of lift and coast at turn 1.
Tyre temps dropping. Track temperature at 39 degrees. Valtteri just can't get even close. This is concerning. This is very concerning. The fact that I can't even close it to Lewis. I'm going to have to push the tyres. And I don't really have the leeway to do that. But running outside the window like this hurts our pace pretty dramatically. It's So I've been trying to get Valtteri to catch up before I start pushing Lewis. He's now out of battery. And the tyres still haven't heated up yet.
You need to keep your K1 usage down a bit, otherwise you'll just run out of battery and then you'll just be taken by everybody.
Copy.
Charge on.
Copy.
Oh, wow, that's still not in the window. And the temps are falling even further for Lewis. There we go. We're into the window at last for Valtteri. Need to get him a little bit closer. Let's tell him not to overtake, so that he stays tucked up. Keeps the temperature in those tyres. Let's try and get a bit more pace out of Lewis.
Slow down now.
Copy.
And you can use all the boost bar.
Understood.
And we need to increase lift and
Russell
coast
is
by
past
30%.
Antonelli, pushing onto the back of Max. Where's Hadjar? Oh, he's down in 13th. Oh, wow. Sonoda's on hards. I didn't even spot that. Just seen the symbol there, the hard tyre symbol. Piastri gets past Magnussen. He's certainly been moving up the order a little bit.
Bottas DRS behind. Next guy in front is a Stroll. And behind
Evening,
we
Wayne.
have Bottas. And charge button on.
Yep.
I think we just dropped Valtteri again.
And charge button on. Charge button on.
Understood.
And tire temperatures are good.
I am worried about my tyres now. I'm really worried about my tyres for the race.
And we need to manage front tires.
Because it's going to be even cooler
Yep.
on race day. And Valtteri, once again, can't even stay tucked up in the dirty air. Lawson gets past Leclerc. Leclerc down to 18th. Valtteri's just falling away. I've got to start pushing Lewis up.
DRS.
Probably should have overfueled the cars so that I could push them in the braking zones, keep some temperature in the tyres that way.
No lift off needed. You are doing a good job. Doing a good job on tire management. Continue like this.
Sonoda's struggling.
All right, issues for Yuki.
was not working.
This just isn't working, is it? I think we are going to have to make a drastic change of strategy here.
Charge button on.
We're going to have to just push these tyres hard, box for some softs, I think. And hope that we can get a little bit of an undercut on someone.
And we need to increase lift and coast.
I mean, it's a sprint, so we're not likely to get in the top 8. But this is
good.
Good scouting knowledge, I suppose, for how the tyres are likely to react on race day when, in theory, it's going to be even colder.
But it looks like they're carrying some kind of fault.
Stroll with some problems now. Well, some car problems. I mean, Stroll has problems, period. But there we go. Antonelli is the first in. He's getting off his softs and going for another set of softs. Looks like it's going to be a tough night tonight. Yeah, very much so, I think. Pace is nowhere. Dirty air is brutal in that middle sector. It's making it so hard for us to do anything. That's where we're slow. We're really slow in the middle sector. And we're struggling just to keep temperature in the tyres at the moment. But as I say, on the plus side, because it is quite cool, engine temps, I don't think are going to be a major issue, so we can overfuel for the Grand Prix and then just push in the braking zone to help heat the tyres a bit more. As George is in to get rid of his soft tyres. Solid stop there for Mercedes. Piastri gets past Behrman, so Oscar up to P6. Behrman trying to fight back. And I think that is now move done for Oscar. We are starting to close in. And the race leader is in.
Him 1.4. Behind you we have Bottas. Gap to him 2.2.
That's a bad stop for Lando. And George might be able to... Well, no, I don't think he'll be able to undercut him. I think he was about 10 seconds behind when he boxed, but he'll certainly be able to close the gap up. And Norris is going to come out behind Hamilton. As Antonelli sets a new fastest lap.
You've got the pace. You can do this.
Copy that.
You've always found Spain to be a tricky track. without the tyre patch, it's actually really straightforward. You know, just soft, medium, just protect your softs, and you're usually golden. But with this tyre performance patch that we're running, or tyre performance mod that we're running, very much not able to do that. New fastest lap for George.
Race is long.
Race may be long. We are stuck in traffic.
Charge on.
Charge on.
Yeah, copy.
Box this lap, please.
Copy.
And Russell gets through.
Continue. Keep going.
All right, let's get Hamilton in this lap. I don't even know if anyone else is going to box. They don't have the same temperature issues that we do.
Box this lap. Box.
The box is up.
They can run their tyres at whatever pace they want and not overheat them. It's only if they run in dirty air or lock up, etc., that they're going to overheat them. Oh, yellow flag. Magnussen's out. He's just locked up in a big way. I think he's damaged his underfloor as well.
Single yellow.
Sorry, man. No mistake.
Will I be sticking with Hamilton and Valtteri? No. Well, yes and no. Hamilton's on a 3-year deal. Valtteri's out of contract at the end of the season, and I've approached Hadjar, waiting to see if he'll join.
Nine laps.
But
to
Hamilton's
go
already
in this one.
proved his worth to the team with a win.
We need to do the full management on this set.
Copy.
In.
Yeah, in the opening 7 Grand Prix, he scored more points than the whole team did last season. Ooh, that was a smooth stop. 2.2 dead.
And track will be clear.
Never actually saw what was Valtteri's stop. Let's have a look. It's not showing because it doesn't count for the pit stops in this competition, so it won't show me the time. So we are a long way adrift. But if anyone now does stop, we will start getting some undercuts. Question is anyone going to stop?
Charge button on.
And I think the answer is probably no.
So let's have mode push now, please.
Yep.
Evening, PR.
Bottas behind with DRS. And 7 laps to go.
And Hamilton doesn't want to
Next
let him
guy in
through.
front, Magnussen.
Okay. We'll push with Lewis then.
And behind we have Bottas.
Gasly and Piastri
So,
still out there on their
deploy.
softs. They haven't boxed yet. Looks like they might try and go to the end.
Okay, charge on.
Copy.
And tyre temperatures are good.
Understood.
Piastri isn't normally a tyre whisperer, as far as I know. Gasly can be. And he's certainly proving to be at the moment.
Can you go mode push now?
Copy.
Cool your tyres.
Copy.
Bottas DRS.
Just cool down the tyres as much as you can.
Copy.
And we need to increase tyre saving.
Oh, it's a fault for Oscar. Actually, if that's what I think it is,
The vibration's quite bad now.
if that's that part going to orange, that's actually probably a good thing for him. It is. There we go. So he's going to have some issues for the rest of the sprint. Nothing too major, but not ideal. But that will get switched out now before qualifying for the actual race itself. So that sets him up nicely for a decent result on the Sunday.
And charge button on.
Understood.
You can see that we are catching, but like I said, we need others to stop. I didn't catch Norris in time as he gets overtaken, or fails to overtake Hadjar. Evening, Nathan. What mods am I running? They're all listed in the video description. Evening, Farrett. The tyre wear mods, I have mixed feelings about it. I might actually just get rid of it for next season. I thought things might be a bit more sensible this year, and we have seen, for the most part, the AI make slightly fewer stops, but it's still a little over the top in places.
Charge on, please.
Copy.
It's a weird one. The races are either very much in our favour in terms of tyre wear against the way the AI drives the circuit, or very much against us. There doesn't seem to be any middle ground. Track temperature definitely plays a huge role, and this is an unseasonably cold Spanish Grand Prix weekend as well, which is also having an effect. Because we were struggling just to keep our mediums in the temperature window, which has a massive knock-on effect on pace with the tyre mod. But my car is terrible, so whether this is more of a realistic reflection of exactly where we should be, I don't know. Or if it's
You are doing a
a
really
bit
good
too
job
far
on
in the
tires.
in the other direction, maybe. That we're actually being handicapped at this circuit. It's hard to know without running without the mod, you know, at exactly the same time. It's hard to know. Yeah, as I say, I think we may ditch it at the end of this season. We'll see how the rest of the season shapes up before we make that decision.
So increase pushing status.
Yeah, no one else is stopping, so...
Still margin to push.
What a horrible sprint.
Turn 6 and turn 12.
Oh, yellow flag. Safety
Crashing
car.
in the main straight on the left.
Bortoletto and Antonelli are out.
And reminder about debris and
It's turn 10.
I got hit quite badly.
Antonelli, who already has a penalty
And not
for
much that the
getting
team can
hit
do
quite
about that
badly
one.
when he rammed into Valtteri in Baku, has done exactly the same. Complained that he got hit by somebody else and will almost certainly get another penalty here for that.
safety car deployed. Charge button on. Stay positive. Okay.
Stroll's fault gets worse.
And we need to work on the tires.
And we're going to finish
Temperature
behind the
on
safety car
tires.
now.
It's a big one. Debris on the track.
What tracks
Two
are we
laps
good
to
on? Again, it's a little tricky to know specifically which individual tracks are massively favoured, because there are certain tracks I'm just very good at in this game anyway. They do seem to coincide a little bit with, there is crossover with, you know, how the tyres seem to perform against how the AI does, but I've always been very good around on these games at circuits like Baku, Monza, to a lesser degree
2 more
Vegas,
laps
since
after
they
this
changed the DRS activation point. But circuits where, you know, I can just work my strategy around being able to stay in a train. But we are overachieving in some races, and to a lesser extent underachieving at others. But again, given that how bad our car is compared to everybody else's, it's hard to know how much we're underachieving at certain races. Like I said, there doesn't seem to be a happy balance. It certainly makes it more challenging for us, but the way the AI drives it,
And last lap.
it doesn't work. It, you know, so yeah, I think I will probably be removing it at the end of the season. I would have retired the cars, except for the fact that, you know, that has a massive impact on driver mentality and the team as well. If we have a double retirement, the board don't like when we don't finish. So much as I could have saved a few laps worth of wear on the car, it's more detrimental to do that than it is to actually stay out.
Max Verstappen over the finish line to win the sprint. Max Verstappen with an amazing display here.
The whole field didn't even form up.
That was a fantastic effort. Really well done.
I could remove it. I could remove it right now. Just close the game, remove the mod, reload the game, and boom, it's gone. But I'd rather not do it mid-season. Just simply because,
Do your best.
it's a set of regs for that season. So it's like introducing a mid-season regulation change, which I don't like to do.
Bottas misses out on the points in today's sprint.
P20 with very little promise, it's got to be said.
So confirmation of the sprint results then. It's a win for Max with Carlos second. Gasly takes third ahead of Albon, Piastri, Behrman, Ocon and Schumacher taking the final point. Just outside the points is Tsunoda, Lindblad into the second half of the grid. Lawson from Norris, Leclerc, Russell, Hadjar, Iwasa, Stroll, Magnussen, Hamilton and Valtteri. And then those two retirements. Antonelli up to his old tricks again, taking out yet another car. So he will have a 6th place penalty at the end of qualifying, thanks to his antics this weekend and last.
Qualifying is coming up, and the drivers will be ready and raring to go.
Teams often bring upgrades to Barcelona, so the qualifying order could be a little shaken up. Cars need to be well balanced in both high and low speed corners to set a good lap here.
And here's a driver there's been quite a focus on recently, Karun, Valtteri Bottas.
Well, their teammate is outperforming them a little right now, so they'll be looking to close that gap. They must be feeling the pressure, but they can't let it get to them.
You're going to want to join us for this, folks, so fasten your seatbelts.
Okay, let's see. Did those setup changes we made at the start of the sprint actually have positive impacts? Yeah, we nailed it with Valtteri. We got much closer with Hamilton, but we're not quite there. Let's try that. Let's start with the mediums that we were running just to get our first lap in.
Green light.
And we need to try and sync all the gears.
Understood.
Let's see if this qualifying session will be any better for us than the last one. Probably not.
So you're in a good position.
Although we will get the chance to run soft tyres this time, which we didn't in the last session, or the last qualifying, because it was mediums only for the first 2 qualifying sessions for the sprints, and we didn't even make it out the first one, so...
Gap is currently good. Go, go, go.
So, apparently
clear.
Stroll has signed a
Track
new
is
contract with Aston Martin. So,
button
looks
off
like he's
for
going to
last
be
corner.
around in
Start
F1
button
for
off.
a while yet. Don't know the specifics of the deal, but it doesn't look like he's likely to step aside anytime soon. It looks like he essentially has that job for life. I was kind of hoping that at some point Daddy Stroll would say enough's enough, you know, time to move over and put a good, put a second top driver in the car. But that does not appear to be happening. Bottas a little better than Hamilton in the middle sector. This first lap is kind of irrelevant. It's just us getting our confidence levels up. As Valtteri goes into peak. And Hamilton goes second. Norris goes considerably quicker than us.
Stay negative.
Yeah, we're using pretty worn medium tyres, so Hamilton's are much worse as well. See, his tyres are at, what, 70% now. Valtteri's are at 80. So definitely a big gap in tyre performance between the two. And scrubbed mediums against new softs is never going to give us any kind of competitive lap time in qualifying. Hopefully I've gone the right way and fixed the last little bit that we needed for Lewis's car.
So limiter should be on now. Just stop on the marks.
Speed limiter on, please. And we stop in front of the garage.
Alright. Let's have a look. Oh no, we went the wrong way. Yeah, we're not starting from the front anyway. Screw it. Let's do it. Yeah, dear. Right, let's send Valtteri out.
coming past you now. Let's get plenty of brake temperature, if you can, please.
Copy.
I am concerned about strategy. Given how hard it's been to get temperature into the tyres.
Gap is good. Mode push, and you are good to go.
They're not even close to being in the window, look. I think we may have to take manual control for our prep laps. Try and inject more heat into the tyres. Trouble is, it will accelerate the wear rate by doing that. Let's see if it shows me the... now the tyres are finally at temperature and we're at the end of the lap. Let me see if it will let me see the historical results. No. That's so annoying. I can only see the win up from last season. So Valtteri takes about half a second off his time.
P12.
It's still not great. Let's try
Make sure
taking
you're
manual
good at
control
your
of Hamilton.
Stop on the marks.
See if we can get the tyres, you know, heated properly. And then we know whether we need to take manual control for the final runs.
Good warm up. Brakes.
Understood.
No lift off needed. You are doing a good job.
Yep.
The other option is that I do a second warm-up lap before I actually push. So you can see we've been on full push for most of the lap. Oh great, we've got a yellow flag. Lock up for rock on.
So here we go, heading into turn one.
He's on his in lap.
And the car fails to respond.
I don't know, maybe he
Took a
got spooked
gamble,
by the
and it was
Ferrari
just
behind
too
him.
late.
Tyres still not where they need to be. Oh, I should be pushing the battery, shouldn't I? Damn it.
And more energy available.
Understood.
All right, 22.1. That's quicker than Sainz. Quicker than Magnussen. Tyres are now in the window. Surface temperature's on fire. The carcass is only just about where it needs to be. So Hamilton improved by 1.8 seconds by pushing the tyres right from the off. Tyre wear rate's down to 61%.
And try to cool down the tires as much as possible. And we need lift and coast.
Vivace's tyres end up at 52, but I think they were slightly more worn. New tyres. No, we'll just push normally right from the beginning of the lap. Russell putting in a mighty time, takes him top. Wow, Bortoletto and Schumacher are up there. Yeah, as far as the tyre mod goes, I think at the end of the season I will strip out the tyre wear bit and let that revert back to standard. But there are still some of the modules that we can keep in, such as the red flag in safety car changes, the increased likelihood of there being some kind of incident in turn 1.
And speed limiter on.
I may even turn on X mode. I don't know yet. We have another yellow flag out there. Why? There we go. No fuel in the car. So that looks like that was Tsunoda making a mistake on his outlap, maybe? The circuit is pretty terrible for getting blocked with traffic, unfortunately. Looks like I did accidentally put that extra lap of fuel in Valtteri
From tyre
anyway.
point of view, we don't think lift and coast is necessary.
Yeah, copy.
Charge on.
Copy.
Understood.
Mode push.
Copy that.
Use the energy.
All right then. Can we squeeze our way out of the session? Look at the traffic coming out the pit lane. God damn it. Is that Max in front of me? I think it is. Looks like he had a really bad start to his first sector. Oh god, so much traffic. Oh, Valtteri's lap's toast. Oh god, look at him. Jesus. Well, I've got the fuel and I've got the tyres, but I don't have the battery to stay out. Fuck it, we're going to try anyway. Might get lucky. Valtteri lost 2 seconds in the middle sector. Hamilton lost over a second. Let's see what they do this time round. 29.4 for Magnussen. Here's my benchmark coming up to turn 10. 29.7 for Valtteri.
You need to keep
And we're out of
UK1
battery.
usage down a bit, otherwise you'll just run out of battery and then you'll just be taken by everybody.
Copy.
29.7 for Lewis as well.
Just a reminder on garage.
And we're out of fuel. And we've just thrown a red flag. It's going to hurt Sainz and Antonelli. We have just inadvertently knocked out both of them. Although having said that, Sainz lost all his time in the first sector, as did Antonelli. So actually, I don't think we did knock them out. I think they knocked themselves out with terrible first sectors. We haven't actually thrown a red flag. We're enough off the racing line to not do that. But we are out at the back of the grid again. Oh, this is not looking good. This is really not looking good. See you stick it on pole. It's an all Mercedes front row. Norris ahead of George. Then Leclerc, Lawson, Verstappen, Bortoletto up in P6. Schumacher, Hadjar, Iwasa, wow. Ocon in 10th. So out in Q2 went Magnussen, Behrman, Albon, Stroll, Piastri and Tsunoda. And we know Antonelli will be starting from the back of the grid because of his penalties, barring the fact that Hamilton will be starting from the pits because we changed his setup.
The stage is set here in Barcelona. 66 laps around a track that the drivers know inside and out.
Barcelona is a circuit with plenty of history under its belt. It was here, after all, that multiple world champion Max Verstappen secured his very first F1 victory back in 2016.
Barcelona is a tricky circuit to balance. The technical corners demand high downforce, but that means adding stress to tyres and potentially limiting race strategies if teams go too far. Tension continues to build here as race day begins.
All right, let's take a look at that amended grid then, shall we? Yeah, there we go. So Antonelli pumped to the back of the grid and Hamilton starting from the pits. Did we get the setup right? Yes, we did. We did nail it. Okay, so we are going to throw in extra fuel. Going to throw in 3 extra laps of fuel. And I think we're going to 3-stop this Grand Prix. Let's go 3 extra laps of fuel here. Might get away with a 2-stop for Lewis. There you go, they might not. Let's start on the mediums, I think. And then we'll plan to go soft, but we'll make the change if we need to. Valtteri can't do that. He just doesn't have the tyre wear. So we can try a medium, soft. Might not be able to make that work. No. Again, I'm going with the mediums first because we're going to burn off that excess fuel. Once that's gone, our pace will naturally drop just a little bit. There we go. Let's go with that for Valtteri. 3 stops for him. We'll try the 2-stop with Lewis. I don't know if it's going to work. I'm going to put less fuel in Valtteri's car. Just the 1 extra lap of fuel. We are going to push off the line. Hamilton, we are just going to push the fuel. And let's see. I think we are prepped and ready. The Spanish Grand Prix is next.
The anticipation is really building here. The fans in attendance are absolutely buzzing with excitement. As we get to this race, our focus shifts to Valtteri Bottas.
Not a huge surprise to see them in 19th, but they've certainly got the potential to move up from here.
And it'll be exciting to see just what will happen here today. This is it. It's the Spanish Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Decent start off the line for Valtteri. There's Hamilton in the background. Did Max start from the pit lane as well?
In front we have Verstappen.
He wasn't listed as starting from the pit lane. No, he did. Wow, that was a last minute change. Okay. That was a little unexpected.
Charge on.
So Max has caught the field already. He's on softs. Hamilton hasn't yet. He's not far off. He's almost there. And now he is there.
DRS enabled. Coming from is Verstappen. Verstappen 0.7.
Oh, a dive bomb from Verstappen on Antonelli there. Nearly contact, but he got through.
Doing a good job on tires.
Understood.
Charge button on. Charge button on.
Yep.
Yeah, it's going to be a very different story when we go to Monaco tomorrow. Looking at the temperatures, 21 degrees ambient air temp, 39 degrees on the track. I don't think it's likely to get any warmer than that.
Mode push.
And Valtteri has been dropped and is coming under a lot of pressure, but hopefully he can close up.
And you can use all the boost bar.
Yep.
Just missed out on DRS. And there goes Lindblad.
Correct.
There's progress to be made. Car behind is Verstappen.
There goes Max, and Hamilton's tyres still not able to get in the window. That's a concern.
No management required.
Copy.
And now out of battery as well.
Charge on.
I'm about to get dropped by Max. Yep. This is going to be a very long, painful Grand Prix. Through goes Kimi, and we are now running at the back of the grid, dead last.
Red.
No worries, mate. Car behind is Hamilton.
Just too much power. And a lot less drag.
Yes, let's go.
We have just about managed to, maybe not. Maybe I spoke too soon. Yep, I spoke too soon. There we go. He's
I can't keep up with them.
back ahead again.
Remember, a long way to go in this race. He's got Hamilton just behind you.
Take care of the tires.
Understood.
And charge button on. Charge button on.
Understood.
And just a reminder on garage.
Problem for Oscar. If I go a little quiet throughout this Grand Prix, I am running on maybe an hour and a half of sleep. I'm starting to feel it.
He does have DRS on you.
Yeah, copy.
Oh, look at that. We've been left for dead already. Valtteri's tyre temps are dropping dramatically. Alright, so we need to readdress the strategy because we are going to have to keep pushing the tyres, which is not going to enable us to stick to that plan. So, we need to make some quick changes. We need to go like that. Probably going to need to do that as well. Wow, we could be looking at a fourth stop here. Unless we take that gamble. Don't know if those tyres will hold out though. That's the thing. So there's that option, or we go medium, medium, soft, soft, soft. Like so. See, even this doesn't look great, does it? Just not where we need to be with the tyre wear. So I don't know what to do here. I think we'll have to try that. Let's see if it works. I don't know if I can keep Hamilton's tyres fired up, but hopefully the answer is yes.
Might need to pick up the pace a little bit.
And charge button on.
Start to wish I put a little bit more fuel in Valtteri now.
Hamilton has DRS 0.8.
Oh, look at that. We are so slow.
Very happy with your tyre use.
Copy that.
Charge button on.
Alright, at least the temperature's going back into Valtteri's car again. Hamilton's tyres are actually holding on at the moment. But we are going to have to push his tyres again at some point, I think. A 1:18.4, so we just about matched Antonelli. Just fractionally slower than him there. 16 thousandths of a second. And now Hamilton's dropped out of the DRS. His tyre temps are dropping again. I think I'm going to have to... I don't even think medium soft is going to work for Lewis. I think I might have to go medium soft. Let's amend our strategy for that.
Still okay.
So we look to box somewhere around 17, 18, 19. There we go. New strategy chosen. Russell out there on the hard tyres. Norris in second. Two separated by just a fraction more than is needed for DRS. Bortoletto's got himself ahead of Leclerc into third place. Audi could be on for a boatload of points here. If they can keep him running like that. Long way to go yet, though. .57 laps to go. So Stroll is overtaken by Albon and then retakes the place as they're fighting over 12th. Let's see. Hadjar on the hard tyres, as is George Russell. Those two very much the outliers there. Not many people on the mediums either, for that matter. Piastri, Stroll, Norris and Bortoletto. Almost everybody starting on the softs. Oh, we got a yellow flag. That's a lock-up for Magnussen.
Single yellow.
Oh, a spin.
And just like that, the hopes of the team start to dwindle.
Good job.
So we gained place, but we're still a long way off.
Okay, in front is Bottas.
And take some avoiding action there. Don't know why you're getting so excited, Hamilton. You're now 21st as opposed to 22nd. Our pace just is not good enough at all. Behrman gets past Hadjar. Wonder how long some of these soft runners are going to go. Theoretically, we might... Oh, there we go. Someone's in the pits. It's Magnussen.
Car behind is now Hamilton. He's 1.3 seconds behind.
And he's going to a set of softs. So, second set of softs on for K-Mag. He did 10 laps.
We need to do more lift and coast. Please increase by 10%.
Understood.
Purely to annoy you. I didn't know that we were going to get a whoop. If I wanted to annoy you, I'd just keep spamming you with a link to the Baku Grand Prix. I did very nearly clip a couple of little bits and then send them to you. All right, pit window opening up next lap for Valtteri.
Charge on.
Yep.
And we do need to get Hamilton ahead because I think he's being held up by Valtteri here. The dirty air is so strong for us around here. Our car is so bad at handling dirty air that it makes it so hard to follow. And then we just get dropped and we get left for dead. Right, up the inside for Lewis.
Charge button on.
Yep.
Let's see if the pace picks up with Hamilton running point. "12 laps done. It's Russell, 2 seconds clear of Norris. Then about 4.5 seconds back to Bortoletto and Leclerc. Ocon is in P5 ahead of Lawson. Schumacher 7th, Iwasa 8th, Behrman 9th, Hadjar in 10th. Keeping an eye on his results. Potentially will be driving for us next year. Stroll 11th, Albon 12th, Sainz 13th, Tsunoda 14th with, we think, a damaged underfloor. Piastri in 15th with some kind of technical fault on the car. Then Gasly from Verstappen, Lindblad, Antonelli in 19th, Hamilton 20th, 21st for Valtteri, and 22nd and having stopped. The only driver to have stopped so
Tires
far
are ready.
is Kevin Magnussen.
Understood.
And there you see Hamilton is very much the quicker of the two. About 2 seconds quicker on that last lap. Been a strong starting drive from Bortoletto here tonight. Holding P3. Leclerc will get an undercut on him because he'll probably box before him, but the young Brazilian is certainly earning his paycheck from Audi today. And even with Hamilton in front, our pace has picked up. It's still too slow. I think we are going to amend the strategy to a second set of mediums rather than risking the hards.
And push now, everything you have.
Understood.
I'm starting to worry that the AI is going to two-stop this as well, because only Magnussen has stopped so far. If we get more races like this, this will potentially encourage me to actually keep the tyre performance mod for next season. As much as I enjoyed our win on Friday night, there's no doubt that the tyre wear mod definitely played its part in that result. I mean, we were able to capitalise on the red flag to hold track position, but our pace managing the tyres was strong. It's not the case here tonight. Evening, Johnny. I just realised I never actually said hello to you when you popped in earlier. Apologies.
box.
In the box is up.
How much longer do I need to go with Valtteri? I wish I knew how the softs were going to behave. I'm tempted to try and take a stint out for Lewis. But I don't know if I can stretch close enough otherwise. Ocon is in. And Leclerc's pace has really picked up. Bortoleto suddenly is nowhere. Are we going to see him box before Charles Leclerc here? Right, hard tyres going off for Ocon. He's going to get out behind Hamilton, but ahead of Valtteri, I think. Yep. Albon gets past Hadjar. So that moves Hadjar out of the points. There's a big old train behind Schumacher here. Schumacher, Lawson... Actually, no, not behind Schumacher. It's behind Iwasa. Iwasa and Stroll. Stroll's just dropped off his teammate. Then it's Behrman, Albon, Hadjar, Sainz, Piastri, Tsunoda, Verstappen, Gasly, and Lindblad, and Antonelli, all pretty much in a train. Let's get Valtteri in this lap.
Boxing this lap.
And that's Lawson into the pits. Oh, shit. Hamilton's in as well. That's both of them coming in at the same time. That wasn't intended.
I think AJ is doing something funny.
Yeah, look at them all just trying to find a way through. It's the dirty air's making it hard for everyone else to overtake as well. Right, to the pits. Good stop for Hamilton, 2.114. Is that a new personal best? 2.101. That's definitely a better time. That might be our best ever time. So we've got a really good chance of getting some points in the pit stop challenge tonight.
So next guy in front is Magnussen. Behind you we have Bottas.
Downside is that we might not actually get our cars home in the top 18. Leclerc and Bortoleto both in. Oh wow, everyone's boxing, look, god damn it. There goes my undercut.
ERS.
Okay. Mode push.
Copy.
Bortoleto gets out just in front of Esteban Ocon. That was important for him. Can we at least close the gap to Iwasa? There he is. Now Schumacher boxes from third. And Lindblad and Antonelli coming in as well. We might possibly get an undercut on Antonelli, but somehow I don't think we're going to be close enough. Hamilton has caught the back of Iwasa.
And tyres are okay.
And this will be a straightforward overtake. Yeah, there's Antonelli just coming out into turn 1. So Behrman's the next car up. Our pace should be a lot better with Hamilton on these tyres. But we are predicting an extra stint at the moment. So he's going to have to drive quicker just to make up the time that he's going to lose in the pit lane.
Understood.
Medium tyres going on for both. Here comes Stroll and Albon, and Max is in as well.
And Charles Baton on.
Oh, what a disaster for Albon. Not a good stop for Max either. Max had a little bit of an issue there with his left rear.
We need to reduce K1 usage.
Albon does manage to get through on Stroll, and Max gets through as well. So it doesn't look like it was a great lap for Stroll either.
Charge on.
Yeah, copy.
As we are trying to fight off Iwasa here and failing. Just can't seem to shake him. He's right behind us. We are in trouble. We are in real trouble. Absolutely zero pace. We're probably going to stop more than most of the other teams. Valtteri's pace in particular is absolutely nowhere. He's got his tyres at the temperature now as Oscar manages to get out just in front of Verstappen. Now we've got an issue for Russell.
Downshift 7 to 604.
And is that Verstappen going through? Iwasa gets past Hamilton.
Right, we're taking the second corner. The gap opens up for them.
We haven't been able to drop him, and we don't have any battery left, so that was inevitable that was going to happen, unfortunately.
And that sees them climb up into 20th.
So we are last and last but one once again. Can I even stay with Iwasa?
But there! Oh dear, that's not what they need right now.
Start again. Reliability issues for the other cars. Definitely going to help us out tonight. Hard tyres off, soft tyres on for Isaac. And that is the last car to make his first stop. Where's he going to feed out? As Max sets the new fastest lap, a 1:15.9. Just casual 2 seconds a lap quicker than we're doing. There he is, actually, right behind. He gets himself ahead of Lindblad. And now he's all over the back of Hadjar, and I think Hadjar's going to lose the place here. His tyre's not at the temp. If he can hang on and get onto the back of Albon, I think he might be able to hang on for a while, but the gap's going up, not down to Albon. So expect to see Max go through very, very soon. Just goes around the outside. Good pace. Good commitment. Norris with a 1:15.7 for a new fastest lap. 5 and a bit seconds behind his teammate. Those two neck and neck in the championship. Decided to go the 10th quicker. And we're back on Iwasa again. What's my wear rate looking like? All right, so, yeah, this is definitely viable for Valtteri. Absolutely viable for Hamilton. We need to go a bit more aggressive with Hamilton here, actually.
Update when you can. Tires are good to push.
I think Valtteri's going to be lucky to get 20th at this rate. Just no pace. Maybe when he gets on the softs, it'll be a different story, but right now, he is terrible. He's 9 seconds behind his teammate. He lost a second on that last lap as well. .1:15.3 for Verstappen, stretching his legs, and he gets past Albon, or does he? Not yet. And now stuck behind Antonelli and Magnussen.
Charge button on, charge button on.
Yep.
All right, into the pits goes Magnussen. His second stop, and we have a run on Antonelli. But we can't convert.
And try to cool down the tires as much as possible.
Soft tyres on for Magnussen. And I am now really, really struggling to stay awake. So I think when we get to the halfway point, lap 33, we'll prematurely end the race. We'll save it, and then we'll pick it up tomorrow with an earlier start to finish the race off before we then head to Monaco for a long sprint weekend in Monaco. So we'll start at 7 o'clock tomorrow as opposed to the usual time of 8, so that we can complete the second half of this Grand Prix and then spend a long time a long time in Monte Carlo. What I've been up to, I just haven't been sleeping well. I got stuck on a sleeping during the day, awake during the night cycle, and I had a video appointment that I had to make today, midday. Otherwise, I would have gone back to bed this morning. But I tried sleeping early last night. I think I got maybe an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours at most. And I'm just, feeling the effects. Pace is gone again. I don't know whether we can actually rescue this. You know what? We're going to convert this to a 2-stop and hope that we can just hang on. So we'll protect the tyres a little bit now.
Take it easy there.
Stopping for the extra set of tyres isn't going to help us. What we really need now is a safety car or a red flag if we're going to get anything out of tonight. I mean, I can't even see us getting either car into the top 18 as things are going right now. The pace is just not there at all. Getting the underfloors will help generate some additional downforce. They'll help a little bit with the dirty air, but not much if memory serves. The front wings will do a bit more for the dirty air, but even that isn't going to be a massive gain. Valtteri's window opens up next lap as well. And we're on lap 30, which seems like I think
when you can.
If we're going to stop, it seems like a good, clean place to stop, lap 30. So,
And push.
let's save mid-race. Let's override that one. That was just something I was using to test some different mods, different livery mods. There we go. And yeah, we'll call it here. Apologies. I could try and muddle through, but I don't think the quality of the stream would be all that good. Just don't think I'd be able to provide much in the way of insightful commentary. So I'd rather we split this race up over 2 nights than just make a really bad job of doing it over one night. But yeah, we'll be back at 7 o'clock tomorrow rather than 8, so that we can knock this one out. We'll pick it up from this point, and then we'll have our sprint weekend in Monaco straight after that. So once again, apologies, but we'll make up for it. So until tomorrow night, that's it from me. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I'm going to go to bed.